Only Murders in the Building Season 5 has gone out in style, with the show's famous trio of amateur detectives solving their latest murder mystery in an underground casino hidden inside the Arconia building. The finale episode's title, The House Always, alludes to the old gambling adage that the house always wins, something Mabel, Charles, and Oliver can attest to. Proving itself once again to be up there with the very best murder mystery shows around, Only Murders in the Building starts its Season 5 finale by invalidating the red herring it teased us with at the end of the season's penultimate episode. Nonna Caxamilio is, in fact, nothing to do with Arconia doorman Lester Kaluka's murder. Nevertheless, she gives the podcasting trio an important clue that narrows down the identity of the culprit, by revealing that whoever's finger Oliver found in amongst his wedding buffet was her daughter Sophia's lover. While they're interrogating Nicky Caxamilio's billionaire poker buddies about love trysts with Sophia in the Arconia's casino, the real killer happens to walk through the door. Steve Martin's best TV show is the gift that keeps on giving for murder mystery fans, with Season 5 proving to have the most elaborate and intricately woven plot yet. Only Murders in the Building has knocked another one out of the park, by delving deeper into the secrets of the Arconia to expose another killer. Who killed Lester at the end of Only Murders in the Building Season 4? As those with a penchant for word puzzles might have guessed, Lester Kaluka was murdered by none other than fictional New York Mayor Bo Tillman, who's played by Keegan-Michael Key. Only Murders in the Building added Key to its Season 5 cast back in March, but he ended up being just one of several famous faces added to the show. It was Mayor Tillman who dealt Lester a fatal head injury, in the courtyard of the building where he'd worked as a doorman for 32 years. While there might have been something accidental about the manner of the death itself, there's no question that Tillman was intent on violence. Why Lester was murdered in the Arconia courtyard image via Hulu. Lester became the main victim for Only Murders in the Building Season 5 when Mayor Tillman threw him against the stone centerpiece of the Arconia courtyard's fountain. This act of violence apparently broke the elderly doorman's skull with such force that it took his life. It seems that Tillman didn't intend to kill Lester, however. He simply wanted to use physical force to get his missing finger back, which he was convinced Lester had hidden from him. Tillman rightly assumed that his lost finger could be used as evidence to implicate him in the death of mobster Nicky Caxamilio, the other murder victim in Season 5. How Nicky Caxamilio died and who disposed of his body. Only Murders in the Building's showrunner John Hoffman revealed that Season 5 would be a mafia mystery with a difference back in August, and so proved to be with the death of Nicky Caxamilio. Previous episodes of the season appeared to confirm that Lester Kaluka killed Nicky, but the finale presents a more complicated version of what happened. As Nicky chased Mayor Tillman, his wife's lover, around the Arconia casino room with a meat cleaver, Lester hit him on the back of the head with an elevator crank from the building, which implicated him in the supposed murder. In fact, Nicky then fell onto Lester while still holding the cleaver, accidentally dealing a fatal stab wound to himself. The well-aimed blow to the head that Nicky sustained from Lester might have been enough to kill him on its own, although this scenario is unlikely. What's more realistic is that Nicky was killed by the cleaver wound, and his death was an accident. As Mabel's love interest Jay reveals in the finale episode's closing act, on the mayor's orders, he and Nicky's other billionaire associates, Camila White and Bash Steed, disposed of Nicky's body. They used Camila's painting tarp to carry the body out of the casino room, Bash's cryochamber to freeze it, and Jay himself dumped it at Nicky's own dry cleaning shop. Why the finger ended up in Oliver's wedding shrimps. The Season 5 finale serves up another of Oliver Putnam's funniest lines in Only Murders in the Building, as he, Charles and Mabel burst into the casino room, and declare that Mayor Tillman is the murderer. And his finger was in my shrimp. Oliver adds dramatically. It turns out that it was indeed Tillman's finger sitting amongst Oliver's wedding hors d'oeuvres, and it was Lester who put it there. In the chaos which ensued after Nicky cut Tillman's finger off, was knocked on the head by Lester, and then impaled himself on a cleaver, Lester made off upstairs with the missing finger. He hoped that it could be used as evidence to expose Tillman's corrupt involvement with mobsters and underhand financiers, as long as he could get it to Charles, Mabel, and Oliver. That's why we see him tell Tillman just before his death, "My friends are gonna catch you." He hides it in the one place he knows they'll find it, amongst Oliver's wedding food. Of course, the finger then fell into the hands of the Caxamilio family, who stole it from Charles' house and sold it to the billionaires, who wanted to use it as leverage over Tillman. It's Mabel who reveals that it belongs to the mayor, when she chops off his fake replacement finger with the same meat cleaver Nicky used. How Mabel, Charles and Oliver solve the murder. Because they're amateur true crime podcasters in a comedy show, it's hard to put Mabel, Charles and Oliver in the same league as the best TV detectives. Still, they've certainly got a rare gift when it comes to solving murders in their building, as Mabel's quick-fire connection between Mayor Bo Tillman's name and Lester's final text message demonstrates. When this text message first surfaced in Flatbush, the sixth episode of Only Murders Season 5, it was assumed that Lester was simply nostalgically reminiscing about the first time he spoke to his wife. In truth, though, the word beautiful in the text message was an auto-corrected version of the mayor's name, Bo Tillman. Mabel works this word puzzle out when she receives a similar text from Howard, who then retexts immediately after to correct himself, telling her, "It's beautiful. Sorry, autocorrect. It's Bo Tillman." From this point on, all of the clues fall into place, and Tillman reveals how he committed his crime. Is Season 5 the last of Only Murders in the Building? We can definitively confirm that Season 5 will not be the last of the show, as Hulu has now confirmed its renewal for Season 6. In a press statement, the Disney-owned streaming giant has announced the following. This news may come as a surprise to some, especially given Martin Short's comments about how many seasons Only Murders in the Building might continue for back in August. But while there's still demand from the public, rave critical reviews, and a new murder at the Arconia to be solved, there's no reason why the show shouldn't go on. How Season 5's ending sets up Only Murders in the Building Season 6. It's already been confirmed that Only Murders in the Building Season 6 will change location to London, as Oliver, Charles and Mabel attempt to solve a murder linked to the other side of the Atlantic. The Season 5 finale ends with the bombshell that the murder they'll be investigating is that of true crime podcaster Cinder Canning, played by Tina Fey.